Hey kings, hey queens. Your girl Jessica here again with another word of encouragement for you all. But of course, I have to remind you of how awesome, how amazing, how beautiful, how handsome, how gifted, how unique, and how talented you all are. Above all things, you are the carriers of purpose. You were created for a purpose and you were created with a purpose. You are not here by chance. You are not here by mistake. You are not a coincidence. God chose you special. In this entire universe, there is no one who is just like you. You are unique. You are beautifully and wonderfully made in the image and in the likeness of God. God created you for a purpose and with a purpose. Purpose lives within you. You are the carriers of purpose. Today again, I come to speak to us about being positioned for purpose. Yes, in my last video, I spoke about being positioned for purpose. Today, I want to look at that same topic and I want to look at it from another perspective. Now, for those of us who are familiar with the Bible, we are aware of Esther being placed in the kingdom for such a time to help her people when there was a plot to get rid of them. However, many times we fail to look at her cousin, her caregiver, her foster father, Mordecai, who even told her about this pageant and allowed her to audition for the position of the king's wife. Now, based on what I read in chapter 2 and verse 21 of Esther, the book of Esther, Mordecai is accustomed to sitting at the king's gate. That was where he learned about a plot to get rid of the king against the king by Aman. Now, I am sure that is where he learned that there was a pageant to be held to select a new wife for the king, as the first wife was supposed to be dethroned because she disobeyed his instruction. She failed to carry out the request of the king and she was being dethroned. Now, there was a quest to find a new wife for the king, but here we have Mordecai sitting at the king's gate. I can imagine how many things Mordecai would have heard, because nobody would believe that he is listening into their conversation. Probably like the man I saw in New Kingston when I was trying to find my way. They presume he was insane. They presume he was homeless. So nobody was paying attention to him. But there he was, positioned for a purpose. Now, while positioned there, he learned about this wife selection for the king, and he went home and he told his cousin Esther, formerly Adassa, he told her about this pageant, this banquet to select a new wife for the king. He gave her instructions as to what to do. She had to conceal her identity, and he went back to his regular duties of sitting at the king's gate. Now, I know for many of us, we're at a place and we think, oh, I am at this place. It is a place that I am unrecognized. Nobody regards me because of my position. Oh, I am just the janitor. I am just the bus cleaner. I am just the common man doing the common duties. Nobody regards me. Nobody appreciates what I am doing. I want to say to you, you are positioned for a purpose. There is a reason why God have you where he have you. You are there for a purpose. You are not there by chance. You are not there by coincidence. Nor Mordecai and Esther, they were taken captive and brought to Shushan. They were not even originally from there. Now imagine you are taken into captivity and you are brought to this place. You have no hope. You have no family lineage there. You have no family background. You have no foundation. But here you are at this place and you are struggling because Mordecai was sitting at the king's gate. He was looking for an opportunity. Now here this opportunity presents itself. It was not for Mordecai. Mordecai was not the chosen one to fulfill the generational gap, but he was the one who was there. He was the one who got word of the opportunity and he passed on the information to Esther. No, Mordecai went and he told Esther exactly what to do, and Esther was selected. They went through the process and Esther was selected to be queen. However, her identity was not yet revealed. So Mordecai still had to go back and sit at the king's gate. No, you are positioned for purpose. Your change is coming, but it is not yet time. You have to stay where you are and you have to wait on the appointed time of God for Him to move you into that which He have purpose for you. You are positioned there for a purpose, but it is not yet time for the fulfillment of all that God has promised unto you. Now, while Mordecai went back to sitting at the king's gate, he learned about the plan to assassinate, to get rid of the king. And he now has to pass this information to his cousin, Esther, so that she could relate the message to the king. Remember, Mordecai was just a mere man sitting at the king's gate. Nobody even knew that he was related to the queen. No, there's a time when God will conceal your identity. You're positioned in the job. Nobody knows who you are. They see you just as the mere person. They see you just as a mere girl or a mere boy. But they do not know that God have called you into this organization, into this church, into this position for such a time. But you are just there going through your process. I want to tell you today, do not try to skip the process. Go through the process. Endure what God has placed you there to endure, because you are positioned for a purpose. And in His time, He will bring that purpose to pass. Now, Esther went and she told the king what she heard. Esther went in. They fasted. Yeah, the process included that they had to fast. There was a fast. And Esther had to participate in the fast as well. Now, after they fasted, she went into the king and she told him of what she heard. Now the king said to her, What can I grant to you? What can I do for you for what you have done for me? You have caused my life to be saved. You have revealed to me this plot that my enemies are plotting against me. What can I do to you to repay you for what you have done for me? Now this is where Esther would tell him exactly what she wanted in order to give her people that which God has purposed for her and Mordecai to fulfill. No, I know Mordecai is the second person, but we have to admit that without Mordecai, none of this would be accomplished. He was her destiny helper. He was placed there, positioned there. Note, her mother died, her father died, but Mordecai was there. Her cousin was there. He was the one who groomed her. He was the one who coached her. He was the one who told her what to do. I am saying to you today, your position may seem insignificant. You may not like where you are. You may be sitting at the king's gate. I am saying to you, do not change your position. Stay in your lane. Stay where you are. Hold on until the fulfillment of God's perfect time, because within His time, your purpose will be accomplished. You are the carriers of purpose. It doesn't matter where you are sitting. It doesn't matter where you are. Your purpose cannot die. Purpose lives within you. You were created for a purpose. So stay where you are. Hold on to the promise of God, because in the fulfillment of His time, He will accomplish that which He has purpose for you. God bless you all. Continue to be purpose focused, purpose driven, and don't give up.